Hey, what's good, guys? This is Chris from WearTesters.com. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel, the only sneaker channel here on YouTube where you come for the review and stay for the conversation. This, believe it or not, is actually the very first video we've ever done on this Nike running classic. The reason being is that I'm actually not a huge fan of Air Maxes. I'm not a huge fan of this shoe in particular. I do like two of the original colorways, which is the white and red as well as the white and royals. I think that those are both super fresh. They're also very much iconic. A little bit of history behind the Air Max 1. As the name states, this is the first one, so that's tip number one. Second thing is that the legend Tinker Hatfield designed these bad boys right here. The third thing is that this is the very first Nike model to feature a visible air unit, which is really cool because this is really what kicked off my infatuation with the tech, is not just having it in there, but being able to actually see it, which you can right here. When I was a kid, air bubbles were everything. I don't know what it is about them, but just seeing one of them, I was like, yo, I gotta be able to try that. And it took me a long ass time to be able to, but I finally did, and they were nothing special.
I think that's really common though, because our daughter was like that too.
Having the tech visible is just, it's everything. Feeling Zoom Air was like, I was like amazed, especially in comparison to this, because this you don't feel much of anything. But the feeling of Zoom Air is amazing. And then seeing what Zoom Air actually was, I was like blown away. I was like, yo, it's just like fibers, you know? It was so crazy. So I just couldn't believe it. But yeah, being able to see stuff is just awesome. And you know, whether you're like a tech nerd as far as like gadgets are concerned or sneakers are concerned, being able to see the components within something, how it works, I just think it's awesome. Now, I was not originally going to grab a pair of these. Again, I'm not a huge Air Max 1 fan, but Twitter user EdwardKen23 actually sent me a tweet and he was like, yo, are you gonna review these? If not, can you? And I had said, not really, not unless anybody is like really interested. I didn't find them to be very interested, at least the masses, but maybe I'm just not connected with the Air Max, you know, infatuated world. And then this guy, Tommy, also known as @Joker382K, he actually had responded to the tweet and he was just like, well, I do. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna give you guys at least this one thing. I don't take requests. It's not, hey, can you give me a shout out and all that stuff. It's not that kind of channel, but this one time, and especially because, again, I've never actually reviewed this shoe, I was like, why not? So this is the Air Max 1 Have a Nike Day. Have a Nike Day is a play on, it wasn't really like an old ad campaign, at least not that I remember. I think it was a t-shirt, which can also be considered an ad campaign just because t-shirts are kind of like logos and branding. And so that's what the Have a Nike Day kind of like slogan is all about. The logo on the rear of the shoe is also from that shirt. But we saw it most recently in Sean Weatherspoon's, I can't remember what they were called, but it was like a 97 upper with the Air Max 1 bottom, kind of like a hybrid and all that stuff. And they decided to make a full-on series out of it. Everywhere from the classic models, such as the original, like this guy, all the way to some of the newest stuff, like the 270. You've got a Have a Nike Day version of everything. A lot of them do sport this color theme, but then there's also some other ones with more like tonal looks, like solid colors and all that stuff, but they all have that Have a Nike Day theme on there, much like last year's Just Do It pack. And for all of you guys that are not into Air Maxes, but you're more so into basketball, there is an Air Force One version as well, just saying. Now, as far as the shoe itself is concerned, these guys right here are comprised of materials very similar to the original Air Max 1, and that basically consists of synthetic suedes as well as some nylon on the toe and on the tongue right there. And then you can also see the branding right here, the Have a Nike Day stuff, as well as on the heel right there. The insoles are pretty basic, just your standard Nike Air logos and all that kind of good stuff. The materials themselves, I think they feel okay. The overall craftsmanship though is where I really have a problem with the shoe. This particular shoe right here, this left shoe, it just looks fantastic in my opinion. It looks great. It looks like it was put together with lots of love and care. But then we get to this guy right here, and I mean, the shoe is crooked, the soles and the molding is different. This guy's nice and flat. This guy slopes upwards. I don't know if you can actually see the weird tilt right here, but the shoe is just going that way. And I don't know what to really think about it. I should have, you know, really checked the pairs in store. I had only checked this one side, which was my fault. But at the same time, like if you're buying these online, and if I were to get these in from an online purchase, immediately they'd be going back. And that's exactly what's going to happen right here though, is that these are actually going to be going back. I hate returning things on top of that. So for it to bother me enough to make me want to return them, that's actually saying something. Now, the tech specs on the Air Max 1 include a polyurethane midsole and the visible air unit in the rear. Again, this was a first for Nike, where the unit was actually visible, which I think is fantastic. And then you have that traditional kind of waffle outsole with multiple colors. It's translucent. This is one of the cooler features on the shoe because you can kind of see all of those colors peeking out when you are wearing them, which I think is dope. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, these guys do fit true to size. I don't think that they're the most comfortable shoe. Now, if you are used to wearing polyurethane based models like I am, something like an Air Jordan 3, an Air Jordan 4, 5, etc., the comfort level shouldn't bother you whatsoever. But if you're expecting, especially since you're seeing the Air unit right back there, if you're expecting like the plushest cushion or some soft cushion, maybe even some bouncy cushion, these are not going to be those things. You're going to want to go for a newer Air Max model, something like the 270, but more importantly, the 720. Those things are hella comfortable. What was the last model to use polyurethane? There was a 95, 96, 97, 98. I can't remember actually. But if you're looking for a comfortable Air Max model, go past the 98, especially if you're looking for retro. Like I know some people don't like the new space age stuff because like the 720s are pretty weird looking.
Oh, but they're so worth it.
They're comfortable, right? You're wearing your pair right now, the 720, and she has not worn much of anything. You alternate between these and those Pumas.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. So, and this is somebody that's got Jordans and other various Nikes, but she stays in those 720s, man, which is really cool because then were expensive. The retail on this particular pair of shoes is $120. Again, I don't go out and buy Air Max ones, so I don't know if that's traditional pricing, is it?
They were $120?
Yeah. You think that's a lot?
That's kind of crazy.
Why?
Because we picked up my pair of shoes and they weren't even $100.
Yeah, but those are different. They didn't even have laces. Stay tuned. All I know is that for the price, the materials are okay. You're paying obviously for nostalgia and for that classic look, which I think is awesome. I think these are beautiful shoes.
I wish they had done something different with the pink. It looks like an eraser.
It doesn't bother me mostly because it's against all those other brighter colors.
Yeah, but the other colors are so pretty that...
Well, that's what I mean. Like that muted look, I think looks way better against this. I think if that was a bright pink, then it would just be so just in your face. But the main thing is that for the price, you definitely want to check your pairs because this is kind of crazy. This is not a great representation of, you know, Nike products in my opinion. I do know that this is not uncommon, but at the same time, like if this is your first pair, like this is one of my first pairs, right? This does not make me want to go buy another one. And that's a big downturn. Like Nike's really got to get a hold on, especially for a big campaign like this, where they're making this shoe and this colorway, this Have a Nike Day thing in multiple categories, multiple platforms, multiple models, yet that's how it looks and that's how it's constructed. I mean, just me, like that's a huge turnoff. And I'm just gonna be like, yo, I'm not even gonna bother with these anymore. They'll be lucky if I return these and actually like swap them out for a different pair because of the fact that it just immediately turned me off that is how they look. I was literally appalled. Like I couldn't believe that they were that weird. I've had warped soles and stuff like that on certain shoes, and I've had uppers put in weird placements and stuff like that. But this, I don't know. It just, the whole shoe is just way off on left field, and I just did not like the way that they came out. So that pretty much takes care of it for these guys. If you are interested, they are available now. Like I was saying, they're available from the Air Max 1 all the way up to one of the newest models, the 270s. If you're not into runners, you can always go for the Air Force 1 model, same exact colorway. I don't remember the materials. I didn't check them out too closely in store, but I'm pretty sure they'll be like synthetic nubucks and suedes and all that stuff, maybe with some synthetic leathers. Let me know what you guys think about the Have a Nike Day, you know, pack, or I don't even know what to call it, the whole series, because there are multiple models that are included within this little campaign here. Let me know what you guys think about the campaign itself. Do you think it's great? Did you pick up any of them? If you did, which ones? Sound up below, let us know. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your support, and until next time, guys, have a good one. Or should I say have a Nike Day? Maybe not, because you're gonna be crooked.
I do like all the little extras on it.
This?
And the tag.
My favorite thing is that.
I like that they put those on the shorts. You should have gotten the shorts.
Actually, I didn't even talk about that. There's so much apparel to go with these.
Yeah.
A lot of it I think is really whack, and I don't buy, like I will buy a Nike shoe at retail, but I do not buy their clothes because their clothes cost as much as the sneakers.
Yes.
Which is crazy. It's great stuff, but I'm just like, what was the shorts?
You can't be flossing and head to toe.
Well, I mean, like I don't mind wearing like matching things and stuff,
Yeah.
but like the shorts cost almost as much as the shoes, and we're talking about shorts.
Yeah, they're like 60, 70 bucks.
That's insane for some cotton shorts.
But they were cute.
No, they were dope though, and they were like all purple or.
They had two pairs. They had an all black pair with purple smileys, and then they had purple shorts with, I want to say they were black or pink smileys.
I can't remember, but they were really cool, and it was kind of like an all over. So it was like your short, and then it was all over Nike swoosh smiley things, and which I think is cool. This actually reminds me of Forrest Gump.
Oh yeah.
Which I just rewatched. That's just a great movie. But yeah, these things, I just think that the apparel, actually I think the apparel is cooler than the footwear.
Yeah.
Personally. And that's the coolest part, is that all of this apparel is going to go straight to Nike outlets in a couple of months. And that is when I will buy some, when it's like 30, 40% off, because I'm not paying $60 something for some shorts. That's crazy.